Hello and welcome back. It is once again me, your favorite deputy of Movie Deputy Podcasts, bringing to you the 6th installment in the Mission Impossible series, Mission Impossible Fallout. Now, before I even get to this one, I want to be sure you're paying attention. So whatever you're doing, make sure that you can give this your full attention because Mission Impossible Fallout so far has gotten the highest score of any of these Mission Impossible movies on Movie Deputy. Mission Impossible Fallout got a 7.25 out of 10. Now, if you know how harsh that I am with my reviews and my critiques, you know what kind of a score that is. This movie takes everything that they've done so far a step further. Though this movie does not stand alone by itself, it's like I said, you need to see some of the other ones prior to this to understand everything that's happening. I know you said that before, I said it again, but it's true. Come on, it's true. But this one just kind of takes it up a whole new level. It's like, where was this 6 movies ago? It's like when they were starting this whole thing, I'm just like, why bother? And then it takes us 6 movies to get to here. And of course, all of the Mission Impossibles have a guilty rating on the Movie Deputy rating system on that. But come on, a 7.25 out of 10. And even that was maybe even being a little bit harsh. This one is just, you're on the edge of your seat. Your adrenaline pumping, your heart's pumping. You're just sucked into this story, every part of this. And it gets you. And this is one of those ones that you want to go see again and again and again. And like even on TV, it's like if you're scrolling through channels and you see this one, it's like, okay, stop on it and watch it. Because even if you just jump into it like midway, even if you're not that familiar with it, you're going to get this and you're going to enjoy it. I think my review that was on moviedeputy.com, the original one, I was pushing. I think I was right at my original 300 words on this one. So it's like I was really pushing it even with that. And there's some other stuff I kind of want to touch on too, which I'll touch on after I read the review. But yeah, this is one, it's like, this is the magic that I have been looking for in all of these movies, wondering if they were ever going to get here. And so I'm so glad that they finally did. There was just, wow. And okay, in this day and age, it's like, this movie came out in 2018, and the world was starting to, the world's been going topsy-turvy for a long time now. And so there's maybe a few quotes in here that maybe don't need to be, but if you can look past those, like I said, this one is a very high adrenaline thriller. I don't mean like horror thriller. I mean like edge of your seat action thriller that you just can't get enough of. And so like I said, I'm excited to bring this one to you today. But here's the review. Ethan is back. His mission is going to be one of the most challenging. Okay, I'm going to start that over again because I'm going. Ethan is back. His mission is going to be the most challenging one to date. It will involve nuclear weapons, a terrorist, and something personal to him that could jeopardize the whole thing. How did he find himself in this situation? A mission gone wrong. A simple trade that went extraordinarily wrong, leading Ethan and his team to lose the package. Now it's a race against time, and a race against the world, and even a race against himself. The only way to succeed at what he's doing is to put those he cares the most about. He has to put the ones he cares the most about in harm's way. But that's just the beginning. This high adrenaline, edge of your seat adventure will have you transfixed from beginning to end, going further than it ever has before. It challenges every idea that you may have had about what it takes to do the right thing. When Benji finally comes up with a solution, they all must be willing to sacrifice everything to pull this off. A wrinkle in the plan comes once they realize what must be done in order to do it. Ethan, Luther, and Benji will all challenge each other and themselves in order to do what they must. Only will they be able to do it in time? It will keep you guessing until the very end. Fans of the Mission Impossible series will be captivated by how far the story has come. There are references to the last 2 Mission Impossible movies that may be confusing if you haven't seen them yet. And even with that, this may be the best of them yet. If you're up for action, suspense, danger, and a thrilling adventure, then this is one you will not want to miss. See, that's what I'm talking about when I talk about my original reviews. Some of them are just kind of topsy-turvy, and don't worry, nothing I just gave you, there's nothing even close to a spoiler in that. If this is your first time listening, or if you are a loyal listener, you know how much I hate spoilers. Like I said, if you're a first time listener, I despise spoilers, and that's an understatement. I cannot stand them. I hate even twinges of spoilers to anything having to do with movies, and it's like, oh, why? If I hear something that somebody gives away. But yeah, like I said, I would never do that to you. And I've even had people beg me for spoilers. And I'm just like, okay, maybe a few people super close to me that I know will never watch these movies that just kind of want to know what happened. Well, typically like my husband or my son, I might maybe give them a little bit more information. But of course, I know they're probably never going to see a lot of these movies because I'm the movie freak of the family. I think that's probably a good way to put it. My husband likes certain movies. He likes the more historical things like that. My son is more into the RPG type games and things like that. So he's more in tune with movies that are more of just the entertaining fantasy type stories. So, but ones like this, yeah, they're not that drawn to, but it's like, I like all types of movies. The only ones I don't like are subtitled typically, but you'll hear a review from me soon in the upcoming days that just might change that. But I don't want to stray away from this movie too far. There's a couple quotes in this one that just really kind of stand out. And maybe some of these things you've heard before, because there are some of these things that just kind of happen just in basic conversation, at least in some point or another, or on an inspirational poster or a quote on Facebook or Twitter or whatever platform you're on that. But one of the ones, and it's so true for this movie, it's such a true statement, such an inspiring statement. Fate whispers to the warrior, a storm is coming, and the warrior whispers back, I am the storm. No, there's variations of that, but you get what it means with saying that. And another important point that this one tries to make, it's okay, Stormy, sorry, my kitties are being a little bit noisy tonight, is I mentioned that there's terrorism involved in this story. One of the quotes that's really kind of an important one is that terrorists are schoolboys trying to shape public opinion through fear. And you know what? That's right. That's not just a thing in the movie. That's real life too. Their whole thing is to try to shape public opinion through fear. Because if you fear something, it's going to make you apprehensive of whatever is going on. And it's going to scare you. And that's what it's supposed to do. But that's not a good thing. Don't get me wrong. That is not a good thing. But it's just... there's just so much to this one. And there was one other quote, and I both agree and disagree with it at the same time. For those that don't know, it's like I talk about this a lot, but it's important to me, and it's something that means something to me. But I'm a constitutional conservative, so I try to review a lot of my movies, or pretty much all of these movies, from that perspective. I get a little bit of heat for that from people, but it's like, you know what? I'm just going to be true to me. If you don't like it, turn it off. Period. It's simple. Like I said, I both agree and disagree with this quote. It's a quote and it's a comment, but it's so true. There has never been peace without a great suffering. The greater the suffering, the greater the peace. Like I said, I both agree and disagree with that statement. There are so many things in this movie that you understand about that statement, and there's so many things in life that... It's like, why do we have to have suffering to understand peace? It's like the whole, there can't be a yin without a yang. There can't be love without hate. There can't be good without bad. Why? I don't think I'll ever understand that. Maybe it's not to be understood. Who knows? But this one, like I said, this Mission Impossible movie goes far beyond where the other ones have gone. Initially, I was initially thinking low 8s and stuff on the scores, but I'm like, okay, there's some stuff in this one. It's like, I just couldn't go higher than what I gave it. But this by far has been the most just wow of the Mission Impossible movies so far. And okay, maybe I'm a little bit over the top, but so be it. That's just me. I really just kind of, it's like, okay, if they can make the jump from 1, 2, 3, and then we had Ghost Protocol, then we had Rogue Nation, and now we've got Fallout. And if they can make this as you've been probably noticing if you paid attention, is these ones, as they've gone, it's been like step up, step up, step up, step up, as the scores have been going because they've been getting better at it. And we're not talking about no-name actors and no-name writers and stuff with this one. So why is it taking them so long to get to this point? I will never understand that. I'm just hoping, since they've come this far, that it'll just only keep going up from here. But I guess we're just going to kind of have to wait and see. I'm really excited to see the next one that comes out. At least I'm hoping that's not the end of the story. So fingers crossed. I hope there will be more. And between you and me, we already know, because we know that the new one, my brain is just blanking completely on it. Oh, darn it. I hate when my brain does that. Dead Reckoning. Thank you. I had to actually look up the name of that one. But yeah, we all know that one came out. But I'm just trying to talk as if I was back in 2018 and not really aware of Dead Reckoning yet. I will give you a hint. I've actually already seen Dead Reckoning. You're just going to have to wait till tomorrow and find out what I thought. So till then, bye-bye.